The Trump administration has until noon today to share details with a federal judge about the deportation flights carrying undocumented Venezuelans with alleged gang ties over the weekend. On Saturday, the White House carried out the flights to El Salvador after a judge's order to have the planes return. President Trump invoked the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 to facilitate most of these deportations. And listen to this. Alweija Zhang asked Mr. Trump's designated border czar, Tom Homan, about that.
How do you determine whether somebody is a gang member? What criteria do you use?
I'm not going to share all that with you, but whether through social media, through the activities, through their criminal records here and abroad. So this was done a very the review of this issue was at the highest level I've seen.
For more on this, CBS News immigration and politics reporter Camilo Montoya-Galvez joins us here in Studio 57. Camilo, always great to have you here in studio. What is the judge demanding specifically? Because there appears to be some type of misunderstanding on his written order and his verbal order.
This really is a dramatic and extraordinary legal showdown in federal court. The judge overseeing this case is demanding that the Justice Department, the Trump administration, provide details, including operational information on the deportation flights that landed in El Salvador over the weekend. The U.S. deported about 260 migrants, including dozens of Venezuelans processed under the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, the wartime law at the center of this legal battle. And we know that the flights landed after he issued a directive that said that no deportations under this wartime authority could occur, and that planes that were in the air carrying some of these deportees had to turn back to the U.S. The Justice Department is now arguing in federal court that they did not have to comply with the judge's oral directive, which included the instruction to send back planes to the U.S. They only had to comply with the written order, which did not include that specific request, and that even if that was the case, the judge has no legal authority or jurisdiction to order the return of planes that are over international waters and not over U.S. land. And so this will continue to be a contentious legal battle. We'll see what the judge says. The Justice Department, importantly, Errol, is seeking to have an appeals court remove the judge from this case.
And the judge even said if there was a disagreement on if you thought my verbal order carried weight, you appeal, you don't carry out the act anyway. What then, how is the Trump administration determining if these people are gang members? What's
that
the process
really is
there?
one of the million-dollar questions here. As far as we know, the U.S. does not have access to criminal and intelligence databases from the Venezuelan government. Of course, that is a government that is sanctioned by the U.S. because of its repressive tactics and anti-democratic actions. But we also know that under the Alien Enemies Act, the U.S. only has to make a simple finding to make somebody summarily deportable and removable from the country. They have to find that that person is Venezuelan, that they are a non-citizen or a non-legal permanent resident, that they are older than 13, and that they are allegedly part of this notorious gang known as Tren de Aragua. How that last part is actually adjudicated is still very much unclear, and advocates say that this is a slippery slope, that due process is being violated here, and that some of these people could be deportable just because of mere speculation or tattoos.
And you said the next hearing on this Friday.
On Friday,
so we'll
yes.
keep you close for updates. Camilo, thank you very much.